Take a look at this. This is an actual tourniquet used by Roman warriors over 2,000 years ago. Before its invention, people would just bleed out and die within minutes of receiving a massive injury. They didn't know how to stop the bleeding. But thanks to this simple device called the tourniquet, millions of lives have been saved. Over the centuries, the tourniquet has gone through dozens of designs and different types of materials. It works by simply compressing the blood vessels, cutting off all blood flow to the injured limb. And that really bloody hurts. But while you might lose a limb, stopping the bleeding could very well save your life. Now humans are working on the next level of innovation that could save thousands, if not millions, of lives, now and into the future. But first, we see that many of you are not yet subscribed, so hit that button below to support our independent reporting from Ukraine. Tools are only one half of the equation to saving lives. The other is the combat medics themselves, who risk their own well-being to treat and transport wounded soldiers from the battlefield, such as 25-year-old volunteer medic Irina Sibur, killed just days before her birthday while serving in Ukraine's embattled Kyiv region. According to the World Health Organization, there's been over 1,500 attacks on healthcare facilities and personnel in Ukraine since the start of the full-scale invasion. But not just that. Russia deliberately targets the medics as they perform their duties next to the front line.
The front line quite transparent for both parties, and they can see what's going on, and they are waiting with their drones for our soldiers to evacuate their comrades. And this is the dangerous part.
The war in Ukraine has been called the first drone war due to the widespread use of both consumer and military drones for everything from surveillance to kamikaze attacks, making every movement observable and dangerous. But Ukraine has a new technology ready to counter this problem: land drones that evacuate the wounded without putting more human life at risk.
Вже коли ми зрозуміли про те, що у нас збільшуються великі втрати поранених під час евакуації, тому що ворог, бачачи, що пораненого бійця евакуюють, він завдає повторного удару, і у нас є пораненими вся група, це досить такого нашого батальйону.
На жаль, наш противник не соблюдає всі умови війни, і пріоритетною ціллю для вогню тих ж самих FPV-дронів, тих ж самих піхоти, артилерії, пріоритетна ціль – це медевак.
These unmanned vehicles were presented at an event hosted by the Ukrainian government to demonstrate technology developed and built by Ukrainian companies for medical evacuations. Several versions have been developed by Ukrainian firms, but all of them use the same basic principles. An operator guides a land drone from afar with a controller, watching the terrain remotely using a camera to carry the soldiers to safety for treatment. These land drones can replace or supplement the existing armored vehicles that require human drivers.
It's not ambulance in classical sense, it's just a vehicle that provide the protective evacuation of injured from battlefield. So its defending feature is possibility to carry 4 lying or 8 sitting wounded. Due to its high dynamics, it's make evacuation comparably quickly, much quicker than, for example, tracked vehicles.
As opposed to these armored vehicles, evacuation drones are much cheaper to replace and can operate in environments that large armored vehicles might not.
ідеальному варіанті не люди мають проводити його евакуацію в зону, де може під'їжджати броня. Відповідно, роботизована система вивозить від точки поранення бійця до зони, в якій може працювати броньований автомобіль.
The happiest day of 2023 was when we received the report from soldiers that they performed successful evacuation of the injured soldier from the distance of 8 kilometers.
Yeah, we constantly listen to feedback and try to adopt to what they ask for. Our camera was first mounted in the front, around here. It's actually this stub is covering the placeholder for the camera. And the feedback was that it doesn't work because of the high grass, and then you don't see like anything. So it's an absolute necessity to have some kind of camera above. So that's what we do now.
Like the tourniquet, the evacuation drone is just a tool. Medics and doctors are obviously still needed to treat the wounded. But using these drones means we may no longer have to risk 3 or 4 people to save one life.
Це машина, це залізо, це не людське життя. Краще втратити 10. Людське життя, воно є безцінне.
If you enjoyed this video and want to find new ways to support our journalism, then consider becoming one of our members and enjoy our many benefits.